has locked it in that this is what he's going for. This facet, by the way, this is the cleave facet, of course. I saw a game in the SA qualifiers where Anadler was playing against Broodmother and reached the number of 800 damage, and he has a splash that covered 3 screens or something. Like, it was not coverable on 1 or even 2 screens. What? It was absurd. So the AoE can become ridiculous. The damage is, however, very underwhelming. It is only 35% of your damage, so it's not, you know, you're not gonna do some Tidebringer stuff with it. You're not gonna go dadeless and insta-kill people, but it is good for harassing, I guess, if you get to auto-attack.
Actually pretty cool.
Live by the sword.
That's some nasty stuff. Like 35% of 800 damage is still pretty hefty.
Oh yeah.
Still some big stuff here. It looks like a big smoke from LGD. 5 members all smoked up. That's led to the Tusk PYW going for an early observer ward over in that northern jungle.
This is his choice. So he's looking more to scale and do the damage. Maybe inspired by last game where we saw the Snapfire do a lot. This is a bit greedy though, giving up that long range initiation with a Q. I feel like it's insanely good to have that, you know, better power shot essentially.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a misclick, maybe it's intentional. We'll see. Maybe, like you say, maybe just seen that Snapfire pop off. We'll have the Gleipnir queued as a rushed first item for FNG or something. And PYW going to drag the wave. Sentry ward down in that small camp, blocking it up very nicely. Kiritich can't quite drag the Radiant Wave in towards it.
You have been denied.
So pulling the creeps and just gonna go between the tier 1 and tier 2 tower, it looks like, and get some denies over there. It's a problem for them.
I only just realized Kiritich's you know, tag, Miracle Matumba.
Yeah.
as his clan tag there. So there's a bit of pulling, leaves New all alone up top. So the wave meeting in between the tier 1, tier 2 there. FNG guarding, pushing back the Doom.
We haven't spoken too much about the other lanes, but looking at how things are going right now on mid lane, we got 5-1 for the Ember, 6-1 now versus the 7-2 on the Dragonite. So Dragonite should be a bit favored in this lane, I feel. It's a pretty straightforward lane. You just CS, whereas the Ember has to work a lot with his Flame Guard to do damage to the Dragonite, if ever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Two or 3 weeks ago, I would have said this is like DK 90 to 10% on Ember Spirit, as we do lose Antares down at bottom. Rubik gets caught up by this magic missile, fiery spirits nonsense.
It's a strong safe lane coming out from LGD. Whenever you pick carry bench, you know, it's not the most standard carry hero, but she is very, very good as a laning carry. And, you know, the BAT is good. Top lane FNG doesn't have a point in Cookie yet. He needs experience.
The shards trap him inside as the Infernal Blade with the damage over time. Kill off
now
FNG.
A creep dies. If that creep died earlier, he would have had level 2. He could jumped out. All comes down to the details here.
You have been denied.
Mid lane, a lot of flaming damage here onto the Dragon Knights, but he's gonna be completely fine for a double bracer strat here. I mean, not having the start that he needs. I mean, sure, you could say that the Doom isn't too happy either, but your Ursa is falling a little bit behind. He does have Cornucopium coming in, so fine, I guess.
A lot of TPs top from both teams. The gate onto Shiro, the Pit of Malice, and the kisses blows up the Venge. The rest of them arriving to take down Antares. And a dive forward, the Phoenix with a supernova. FNG's going to turn with a little shredder, try and kill off the egg.
Oh, they're stopping
dealt with. One more hit left. We'll get the kill on the snap before the egg lands. The gate there allows the Fiends to escape as well. Sleight of Fist used.
Found it, but they don't have the best kill. There's a shield rune too, so there's no way they're killing him here.
Yeah, just irritate him, get up in his face, but Dragon Knight, like, he's just disappearing. Snowball save required, but now you're in the Pits of Malice. Gets dragged over the cliffs and off the safety, but Dragon Knight's still being hounded here. In comes the Phoenix and News Doom looking for the Ember Spirit, but he zips out with a remnant of safety now. Underlord and Rubik, they're the ones probably in trouble as the Supernovas drop. They get the kill, and PYW. Man, the tips well deserved here for this Tusk. As he tries to continue, things about the show to move forward.
That was crazy good. The snowball onto the creep key useful as well. That's the Venge has shown very clear intentions of being part of these fights, whereas the Ursa is looking for a safe place. Oh, he is moving towards this.
New gets caught mid TP, and there we go. Ursa involved.
Unlocked.
Hell yeah.
Now push him a little bit closer towards his Battle Fury, not too far away from it. You still see Radiant leading the way in net worth on the Dragon Knight and the Venge, but Ursa is not too far behind along with Ember.
Radiant are scanning.
Try and use it and get through it, but the only kind of interesting one was I saw Doom with... I'm trying to remember if it was 4 or 5 braces. You said the double bracer build, but he bought 4 braces and something else and then sold the majority of them. Looking very good at lane stage.
But he gets out again, PYW, with a snowball onto the creeps. Like dive in, use the Snapfire.
There's still a lot of emphasis to protect this Ursa, right?
Comforting rule.
And Heroes up here, guarding with the Rubik and the little Kobold scouting out as well. The rest of the VP pressing into mid. Underlord, Ember Spirit shoving that creep wave a little further forward.
He's scouting with the Kobold. Who's going to be prospecting? You got to send it to your Ursa. He needs the money.
The 20 GPM or whatever it is. First stun up from Echoes. Snowball to follow, but Squadix slide a fist and Remnant away. The Kisses coming into play now as well onto the Dragon Knight. Echoes barely surviving, getting blasted by Mortimer's Kisses and dead to Antares' Rubik, who is also a dragon. Up in his wings, coming over the cliff tops, thinking about playing aggressively up the staircase here with a slight of fist from the center around. 2 caught up. In comes the dive and Supernova though. Problems for VP. Knew he's blown up though on the backline as Kiritich gets involved. PYW being shredded by this Snapfire now, and the Supernova was dodged successfully. Virtus Pro, very good job playing this back and forth fight.
That was some real big value there in having the Ember just utilizing the map really well.
Keeping this Ursa tucked away. Well, he died 3 times in like the first 6 or 7 minutes, and now he's been sitting back.
Doom been used onto the Ember.
Ember Spirit, yeah, caught up there.
Aye.
Invisibility.
That's of course why you picked this hero, and you just showing the value there of the Blink Dagger. Still sticking around, it seems. VP putting a few heroes here. Have the Blink Ursa ready.
I guess it's like theoretically Roshan time soon, but they jump in onto Antares here with the Dragon Knight. Should be able to net them a kill on this Rubik as new. Oh, runs forward with a 4-step down to low ground. There we go with a Sunray. Burn the Rubik down. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, FNG being snowballed upon. Fire, the ice, everything there from LGD.
It was a very risky move to try and going bottom. Just to be careful here.
Mortimer's Kisses, the long-range covering fire. And Shiro, yeah, swapping now through the stun, but looks like she's just completely surrounded. Not expecting that swift move, going to be losing both of her lives. Hero and the illusion clear damage. And put the minus armor debuff on it and let the Ursa take the rest.
He takes it out, so Kiritich getting a shard for his Rubik. Meanwhile, we saw the shard going towards Phoenix for LGD, who also took their Tormentor. Both these teams very diligent.
Looking to jump someone.
I was surprised he didn't insta-blink there. He had BKB and Aegis. I thought the Ursa would just fly in and, like, you know...
The root, the chains, in comes a bit of Malice, and Kiritich opening up, but the swap there saves with a snowball to buy a bit of time as well. Sunray burning through the Ursa a little bit. Scrappy fight here, but some good sleight of fist with the roots out as Ember Spirit, dealing with Shiro and killing the Venge off the first time. Now PYW in trouble as well. Ursa just swipes through 2 in a row as the Ember Spirit rejoins. Thinks about the go onto DK. Echoes caught up in another root, another swap required from Shiro. And it's Pit of Malice with telekinesis. Kiritich playing very nice back and forth. These are Pits of Malice though, very irritating. You're rooted in the pit, you're rooted with a slight chains, now back to live, another root there coming in.
Move.
Hey, can't go anywhere, stuck in the mud, getting bogged down. Phoenix will survive that initial onslaught from Virtus Pro. Ursa's mid lane, so chance here for LGD to chase some enemies and maybe take some names. And diving forward, but another pit and Kisses coming means PYW, oh, he gets a little movement there to allow the snowball to come in.
Okay, nice. FNG puts the ulti onto the catapult that he already is aiming for. Burn damage makes it so he can't insta-blink. Seconds now on the Ember. Basher on the Ursa. Huge timings.
Another Gleipnir soon as well as Ember Spirit's eyeing one up.
Top tower is under attack.
Dragon Knight has kind of struggled. This blink initiation hasn't worked out for him. Now the DK is being run at here and taken down by Kiritich. Another kill for this hungry Ursa.
Your doom.
for the tower now. I mean, everything is falling apart for LGD here. They haven't really hit their timing. This is a little bit akin to what we saw last game with...
Right now.
I think everybody's saying I'm weak.
Yeah,
I
right.
think this is the opposite. Everyone is like, I don't have the items to deal with everything that we're being threatened with here. The Gleipnir, Mage Slayer, Lincoln's Ember is, you know, a real threat here as well. We talk a lot about Ursa, but Squadix on his Ember, you know, I said it before the series started, he plays really, really well on these Spirit Heroes. He's 2-1-11 this game, having a very good kind of silent impact in a lot of these fights.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Chipping away at people, rooting them up.
Stepping up.
Maybe getting a catch, setting up down bottom. Yeah, new. A Phoenix Gate is here, and that means the rest of VP are arriving on the scene of the crime. A kill for Squadix, new dead for 50 seconds. And now they swing and pivot straight back up the top. Forced out and dives away from this Phoenix and the Venge. But look at Antares, the man you've been shouting out, requires a swap from the Venge. Curate's being focused, PYW being blown up, though. The Mortimer's kisses landing, raining hellfire onto LGD. Shiro shredded, dead for 70. Age is claimed up, but LGD just running out of gas here. And numbers are dwindling as the Ursa comes in and makes the Phoenix extinct, forced to buy back. Double buyback here. Shiro in the thick of things, right in the middle, dying back. That's a disaster. This might just be game over, honestly. Echoes is dropping quickly. Shiro's Vengeful Spirit Illusion and the Curatage arriving. Dive forward from the Phoenix, going to accomplish very little here. They get a Yule Scepter on the Ursa, but no Venge for 80. Phoenix being chased and hounded by Squadix, finished off by the little Shredder and the final tap of this Ember Spirit.
I mean, this is just looking brutal. I don't know how they can ever fight the Vengeful buying back there and dying as well. Surprised we don't even, you know, see him continue the push here as the Venge is dead with no way to come.
And these roots, man, his Aghanim Scepter Underlord with roots on his pit, roots out of the Atos. You can't do a damn thing. Area control, just zoning people out, holding them in place.
And there's more bad news on the horizon. There's a nullifier on the Ursa now. So they're also storing up the cheese, fermenting the cheese on Ember. The next push is available. Oh, they saw Doom. He walked over a ward. He's in danger.
Straight to the root. Oh, he doesn't get a sleight of fit. He's got BKB as well, but that's BKB forced out of the Doom.
Barely gets out because Ursa, which he may not have done if he knew the MKB is already up. But Ursa is playing off map a lot right now, just sitting in Fog of War, so they don't have the updated information. Bottom, PYW just doing what he's been doing. They do get him here. Venge, be careful, they're coming back.
This could be big. Vengeful Spirit, who do you swap? Put him in there. Phoenix, good dive for me. I think Shiro's realized though, you're going to stand and fight. You're getting blasted by the Morty's kisses.
Oh, he died anyway.
Back on the Tusk and the Phoenix, you've died on the Venge with no buyback, it looks like. 80 seconds without her. And VP are on your doorstep, chasing onto Echo's DK. Sentry drop, placed down, and they've got control here for days. Echo's not quite trapped inside a pit of malice, but rooted up nonetheless. And tier 3 is going to get opened up here by VP.
Some you make best situation out of no situation moment right here. You swap your Phoenix, and then you die anyway. Poor Phoenix thrown under the bus. Looking at the cleave from the Underlord right now is pretty funny. Is that 300s on the Atrophy Aura?
Radiant's top
That cleave is pretty massive.
Douche. Yeah, and dunking on people from a million miles away. And who's left here? We've got Doom and Tusk. Smoked up.
Doom without Doom. Is he even Doom anymore? I don't know. Okay, lost his core personality there.
You're gonna have to pop off to a government official and get a name change here to dead.
It's okay to be, you know, a fan of something, but when you make it your entire personality, Doom, it kind of detracts from your personality. Oh my god,
the Dota version of the Stanley Cup, the people.
It truly is.
It's freaking water cups with the straws. Oh, I don't get it. Oh yeah, VP here, striking back. Mega Creeps claimed. Vengeful Spirit just respawns, but it looks like LGD down in the dumps here in game 2. Really struggle to see any way of coming back.
I mean, they gotta go on Ursa. They can't go on anyone else. If Ursa's not gone on, then they just lose.
the shiny circles around them. They're lotused up. They're clapping over the igloo, getting away from the ice shards, and Squad's just hitting buildings. Dragonite and Venge trying to manta and stand their ground to get away from the roots of this Pit of Malice. And this Dragonite has to BKB just to survive, never mind fight, as the Vengeful Spirits go pretty deep here, turned on by the Ursa, dead for 90 seconds, and lights out.
Look at that ulti, so nice.
Too. Oh man, VP, incredible comeback story for them to tie things up here, as it looks like a couple of buybacks. LGD will try and punch back, but they just do not have the firepower. It's the little shredder. The Snapfire brings the artillery, and Virtus Pro will tie this series up to 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1 is going to be a result. Although the dragon drops down here as the throne disappears. Some funny visuals. Yeah, ultimately.
Did you see that?
What happened?